Yeah, okay, this tool in front of me, this is called a D9. D9 is used to destroy the encampments of the enemy. You can break through enemy barriers. You can make some serious momentum with this giant beast. D9 has a really big scoop up in the front, and this is used to scoop. You can open a tunnel entrance with this. It's really, really cool. Oh, look how big it is compared to me. Woo! Now, what I want to do is I want to talk to you really briefly about how we are going to have our glorious victory against our diabolical enemy. What do they want? That's what psychopaths like these want. They want to see all of us dead, and they've proven that that's what they want. They don't want a state. They just want to shoot 11 rockets on us just now on the center of Israel. 6 of them were intercepted out of Khan Yunis, southern Gaza, and they want to see us dead. Here in this D9, I think of a driving force. This machine is a driving force, and it's unstoppable pretty much. But here's what it is. We have a driving force for peace, okay? And their driving force for terror, it will be removed. And I think of removing terror, I think of World War II. I think of how even the UN came about. Okay, let's talk about that, the UN. What happened is representatives from 50 countries convened in San Francisco in June 26, 1945. It was World War II. It was horrible. And they said, just like League of Nations was developed, Woodrow Wilson, you remember? And you have this desire to speak with each other, to talk reasonably, and to be able to avoid war and loss of life and preventing another World War II. And so you have the UN established. And over time, it seems like maybe something has been forgotten here about what they're even about. You have the UNRWA, United Nations Refugee Relief and Works Agency, right? And they're perpetuating refugee status instead of dealing with refugees. And then you have the teachers, right, convicted of participating in a massacre on the Gaza border in Kibbutz Be'eri, Kibbutz Kfar Aza, and over 1,200 people were killed, massacred, okay? And you have 250 taken hostage, even little baby kfir, little babies, and people, can't believe this stuff on October 7th, what happened. And you have a school counselor and his son kidnapping a woman, a social worker, accused of abducting an Israeli soldier's body. 10 of them were designated as Hamas members. Why is the UN doing this? Why is the UN not putting... I was surprised at the fact that you have all these missiles inside UN schools, inside UN facilities of all kinds, inside UN hospitals. You have missiles and rockets and tunnels, and no one notices this, but it's not just not noticing. These UN workers, employees, were perpetuating October 7th massacre on a free, sovereign, democratic nation, Israel. Something is going wrong here. And yes, Israel's foreign minister said, nations need to start suspending the aid to this organization and investigate what's going on. And I know that America suspended funds, other countries have joined, but there needs to be immediate action, because Israel was able to provide evidence of their involvement. I mean, tracking their phones, conversations. And so after the United States suspended, they heard this, they saw this, and they said, oh my goodness. Also Australia, Canada, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Iceland, Italy, Japan, Netherlands, and the UK joined the United States in suspending this organization that somehow, the way that what Jordan Peterson says it, moral rot, it's Douglas Murray, moral rot. And that's what we're seeing, the results of this. Of course, we see that with Hamas. Of course, we see that. But even amongst, so much foreign money has gone into Gaza and gone into the UN, and to see the moral decay is disheartening. Israel Katz, the foreign minister, he says, hey, we should call on the whole UN to suspend their aid to this part of it, to this UNRWA. Okay, Relief Works Agency. And he says we have to dismiss leaders who let this, got to deal with the leaders who let this happen. You don't want the whole entire free world to lose if you lose your morals, you lose everything. You can't be a moral guide if you have no morals, right? And so highlighting the complex relationship between humanitarian aid, local governance, militant groups, there needs to be an ability to separate oneself from that to achieve stability in regions that are volatile in the world, Gaza being one of them. And sure, there's anti-Semitism. Let me just quickly say, anti-Semitism is such a strange thing because it could have religious roots where your religion, Islam, has within it things that go. It could even Christianity could have had some leaders who have pushed a thinking process which is not biblical, which is not true, and so you have a scapegoating for problematic. They say there's problems that happened in the country. Let's blame the Jews. Economic factors. The country has a downturn, and those who Moses in our Bible told us to be the lenders, not the borrowers, suddenly it's like, let's blame the Jews. They're the ones loaning the money. Okay, what about scapegoating, political, social scapegoating, diverting the problems? That's what they did in Nazi Germany. Let's divert all the problems and say they're to blame. Let's write a book called Mein Kampf, which they have in Arabic in Gaza. I wonder what other Muslim countries have that. That's a good question. You could even have conspiracy theories. They're drinking the blood of Christians and stuff, which we don't drink blood. We don't even do blood pudding. That's, and even saying those Jewish pigs, and you're like, we don't eat pigs. We don't do pigs. That's not us. That's not our way. Lack of understanding, ignorance as it relates to Israel is something that's just true. Xenophobia, just a fear of someone who's different, who's maybe some people just say the fact that God called Israel, the chosen people, that chose a promised land. People are like, oh, I don't get that. Why would God do that? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem fair. So Psalms 46, let me just read this. God is a refuge and strength for all who hold on to him. Very present to help in trouble. I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care if it doesn't matter if you are going through a hard time. It matters that you trust in God through the hard time. We will not fear. Don't fear. No matter what you're going through. It matters. But it doesn't matter what you're going through. Though the earth be removed, though the mountains be carried. This is Psalms 46, the words of King David, our prime minister, a while ago. And he will make glad in the city of God, the holy place, the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of Jerusalem, of Israel. And she shall not be moved. Israel will not be moved. God will help Israel, and help Israel early, right early. The nations are raging. The nations, they want to do World War III. They want to do Lebanon 3. The kingdoms are moved, but he utters his voice. God utters his voice. The earth melts. He created every atom, okay? He is, the God of Jacob is our refuge, all right? Come behold the works of the Lord and the desolations he's made in the earth. He makes wars to cease unto the ends of the earth, breaks the bow, cuts the spear in sunder, in half, burns the chariot of fire in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge.